Yo boys, how's everyone going today? I'm not gonna waste no one's time today. I'm just making a video today about the Utah Jazz and their poor start to the season. A like and subscribe would mean the absolute world to me. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. The Utah Jazz is a team who's always had a hot start to the season who ends up floating just below the play-in range. It's actually been the complete opposite so far to start this season. They're actually going to be dead last to start through the first 12 games in the Western Conference. Yes, meaning they're going to start the 2024-25 campaign with only 2 wins and 10 losses so far. Hasn't exactly been pretty for the Utah Jazz, who were considering have one of the best young cores in the NBA with Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, and of course Lauri Markkanen. But so far this season, it's been a pretty underwhelming season for Lauri Markkanen, who actually missed a handful of games early on to start off. He's averaging just under 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, and only 2 assists. This is someone who showed absolutely tremendous playmaking ability last season, and we all thought he could make this extra jump to become an all-star, a superstar of this team. But I guess putting a superstar ability on anyone is just so much stress and pressure. But we all agree Lauri Markkanen is a lot better when he has been playing to start the season, and yes, he did miss 3 games due to injury. But there's been red flags and struggles all around the Utah Jazz team, and it's actually quite concerning. They're second to last for the most points in the game, so average points per game. They're second last in the entire league, and they actually give up the second most in the entire league as well. So quite worrying numbers considering that you guys don't have a bad front court and back court. I'm talking defensively, you guys lineup is way more better, like used for defense. But even offense, like John Collins has came out of his bag. I know you guys still got Walker Kessler, who can be a bit of a cone on the offensive end sometimes, but you got Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson as well, and you still got Colin Sexton, who's just always been a bull. I'm pretty sure anyone who's been a Jazz fan or even a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, anyone could just say how much of a bull Colin Sexton is, and he always gives 120,000% night in and night out. But this is where it's actually quite concerning. They're going to average the most turnovers in the entire league. Yes, the Utah Jazz are first in the entire league on turning the ball over, with someone that falling back on Colin Sexton, who averages just under 3 turnovers a game. I guess who was a bit shaky of handling the ball and being the main point guard on a team. I mean, he didn't struggle too bad last season with his offensive usage, not turning the ball over as much, but at the start of the season he's turning it over quite a bit, and some of them are just stupid turnovers like court passes. But I forgot to mention at the start of the video, it is my job to overreact. We're going to overreact to every single one of these teams. I have in my last previous videos about the team starting, and yeah, it's just my job here to overreact, so don't take it too personally. I doubt that the Utah Jazz are going to be this bad for the rest of the season. It's just concerning to see these red flags so far. There's actually a shit ton of positives you can bring out of this. Like Keyonte George is actually taking a massive leap from last year, I should say. Like many Jazz fans were expecting and hoping, and it's been very good to see so far. It's unfortunately due to the injury that happened to Taylor Hendricks. If you guys don't know by now, he actually broke his leg. He's going to be done for the remainder of the season. It's kind of giving guys like Keyonte and a few other young guys who I'll get into about later, to give them the opportunity to actually rise, and be the top scorer or be the best or just do what they're good at, do their thing on the basketball court. But Keyonte is averaging just shy of 15 points a game and just under 6 assists as well, which is actually such a big leap from last season. But he's running into some of the usage issues that Colin Sexton's running into. He's actually going to average just on 3 turnovers a game. Like you expect this from a second-year player who's still trying to find his footing, that's okay. And I guess he's not a primary ball handler as well. So as long as he can clean that aspect of his game up, the Utah Jazz have something really to look forward to in Keyonte George. And you got a massive offensive rise from John Collins as well, who's averaging just under 19 points a game through 12 games so far this season. I know it probably won't stay that high, but it's just a good overreaction to say John Collins is actually maybe find his footing with the team. We all know his next contract's not going to be as big, but hopefully he can stay with this Utah Jazz team because he seems to be fitting into the system pretty perfectly right next to Lauri Markkanen. And they're actually going to be third last in the entire league in 3-point shooting as well. That's probably one thing this team struggles with the most is the 3-point shooting. It's not provided much by the players that are getting the most minutes. I guess you're kind of relying on John Collins and Lauri Markkanen to be able to knock that shot down, but they're actually shooting at just below 31% for the season, which is actually pretty poor. But as I keep repeating over and over, it is still very, very, very early days to tell and really give a judgment, but it's kind of just like a rough, as I said, overreaction to what their numbers actually look like so far. And there's nothing that actually looks good in my opinion. Like they're almost dead last in 3-point field goal percentage, and they're also 24th in the entire league for normal field goal percentage. So take that as you will. But I'm sure the defense and the offense, especially the offense, is going to get cleaned up a bit more to the point where there won't be like a low tier scoring the ball per game team. And I do 100% expect to see a bigger rise from Laurie marketing, especially since he's actually in his prime right now. They have a tough 3 games coming up, a few challenges which is going to be really difficult for them. But if they can pull out one of those wins in one of these big games coming up, it could be a massive momentum booster moving forward. Like tomorrow they got an in-season tournament game, or should I say an NBA Cup game against the red-hot Los Angeles Lakers, who are actually on a 5-game winning streak at the moment. If they could find a way to contain LeBron James, Anthony Davis and all the surrounding pieces and get a win, that could be a massive momentum booster and just what they need to start moving forward and move things in the up direction, because it's not looking pretty whatsoever. But as far as Jazz fans concerned, I guess you guys weren't looking to be in the playoffs, but definitely towards a play-in bracket. It is still very early to tell, but a massive momentum win either against the Lakers or the game after that is going to be massive and could easily push up to where you guys want to be. The future is so bright for you Jazz fans. I want you guys to let me know how you feel about this video down below. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I appreciate all the love and support so much, and I'll see y'all very, very soon. Peace.